All right. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for considering joining my Survivor games. I just wanted to give you a quick update on how this thing works because I know it can be kind of overwhelming at first. So it's really simple. There's three games, all right, and two of them are pretty simple. I'll just go through them all. All right. So the simplest game that I run is a suicide pool, and all you're gonna do is you'll pick one person for the remainder, or one person for every episode, and if that person is safe, then you're safe. If that person goes home, you're out of the running. Um, the twist of this is that you can only pick each person one time for the whole season. So if you pick someone, you can't pick them again in any future week. So there could be a time where there's no other options left for you to pick, but other people still can pick, and that would take you out of the running. But basically, it's last person left standing. I've seen these things run into ties at the end. It's whatever. So that's the suicide pool. It's pretty simple. The second game is a power rankings game, and this is also pretty simple, but it's a little bit more work on your end. Basically, every week, all you do is you list in order from safest to least safe every single contestant in the game. And if let's just say whoever you stack at number 14 happens to go home, you'll get 14 points. That's good. If the person you put as the safest and number one slot ends up going home, you only get 1 point. So obviously, the more accurate you are, the more points you get. Whoever has the most points at the end of the season wins, and you'll like make a new list for every single week. So whatever you put for that first week doesn't need to be what you think it's going to be the next time. Let's just say somebody finds an idol and you think they're safe, put them at the top of your rankings. Um, Next thing and the last thing, this is the most important, the most complicated game is the big draft. This is like the thing that probably drew you into watching this video in the first place. And my draft game, making it as simple as possible. Essentially, you need to provide me with an email address, and when you provide me with that email address, once per week, I will tally up all the points. I'll do all the work on the spreadsheet, and then when I'm done, I'll craft an email and I'll plug your email into a big like listserv for anybody that's in the draft. And then at that point, I will send in this email grouping, I will send a form, and in that form, you'll every week you'll just have a couple things that you have to answer, your predictions, your blah blah blah, whatever it is that you have to do for that week. um, so the most important thing is for you to give me an email address that you will actually watch, or that you will keep track of. Sometimes in these group forum things, emails go to spam. So if you don't get an email from me, um, before like Wednesday night at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, then probably it's in spam or something because I usually send it out pretty quickly. So just keep an eye on that. That's the most important thing. But the way the draft game works is you're going to get a team of three people, and each of these people are going to earn points on the island. If they have a confessional, they win a challenge, they find an idol, they cry, there's a whole stack of things that earns people points, and all of those are listed in the spreadsheet. At the bottom, you'll see how contestants can earn points. So I tally that up every single week, and if you happen to have somebody who found an idol on your team, you'll get points for that. And then whoever else is on your team, I'll add up all those points and I'll put them into your like weekly earning, whatever points you've earned for that week. There's going to be a little box in the spreadsheet, and I do all that work. I put it in for you. From there, that's going to be the thing that like earns you the most of your points is your players and what points they earn from winning challenges, etc. But I also do a bunch of predictions. I think predictions make the game more fun, and it allows more people to join the draft because it's less likely that there's going to be a tie because the predictions uh, really keep a high variance. So predictions, you're going to predict who goes home every week. You're going to predict who's going to win immunity every week. You're going to predict you're actually going to predict. I'm going to ask like a yes or no question every single week, and all you got to do is hit yes or no. You have a 50-50 chance. um, let's see, what else do you get to predict? I can't think of anything else you're going to predict on a weekly basis. But basically you're going to get rewards for every correct prediction. You get an extra couple points, and also there's a prize at the end of the season for the people who have the most correct predictions. So these are all things that you want to keep track of. Let's see. Oh, also before the season starts, there's going to be a whole bunch of predictions on what you think might happen throughout the season. Like, is somebody going to be go home with an idol? Is somebody going to do this? Somebody going to do that? There's a whole bunch of different questions that you can answer preseason. Each one of those is going to get you points. Okay. So that's basically that. And then there's also a secret component. Let's just say you pick somebody and they happen to go home. All right. That's it's a bummer. Now you have to go the whole rest of the season with fewer people. But actually the way I do it is that you won't go home if or you're not like out of the running if your person goes home. What I offer is a thing called a trade. And the trade means that you can basically swap off the person that went home and put in somebody else that's in the game. So you get a free trade every season. And this season, I'm actually going to allow you to do another trade, but this time the trade is going to cost you 40 points. So if you're like really desperate to gain some extra points, or let's just say you have some dead weight that's not really doing much in the game, feel free to drop them, take the 40-point hit, plug somebody else new in. Maybe it's what you need to get. If you're rocking predictions and stuff, maybe that's what you need to overtake the end. Who knows? Lastly, there's one major twist in this season's draft, and the twist is I'm calling it Ghost Island. Let's just say you're down to one person on your team, or you're down. Maybe you have a full team of 3, but they're not earning as many points as normal. What I'm allowing you to do is to go to Ghost Island, and what that means is you'll sacrifice all points for 2 weeks straight. Any points you may have gotten from predictions are gone. Any points you might have gotten from your players, gone. Nothing counts during those 2 weeks. You are basically invisible. You're a ghost. But when you come back on the 3rd week, you'll get double points for the 3 highest contestants that week. So whoever it is on the 3rd week that had the most points, numbers 1, 2, and 3, you get all of them times 2, which basically will make up for your 2 times that you've missed out while you were on Ghost Island, unless your predictions would have been great. So it's a little bit of a cost. You have to decide, is it worth it to use this Ghost Island twist or not? So yeah, that's basically how it works. I am here. You can tell I'm animated. I love doing these things. I want to help you. So I've put my number, I've put my email address in the spreadsheet and in the forms. So please just contact me anytime. I want to help. I want you to have fun. And I just love watching Survivor. So please just ask me if you have anything that you're confused about. I always will share the spreadsheets that I use to track the points. So if you want to know what players on your team, how they're getting points, or if you're a little confused about that, there's a separate spreadsheet that I do have linked in the primary spreadsheet, but I also attach it in the email where you can click it and you'll see, okay, X contestant got points for this and this and this and this and this. And so you can see how your players that are on your team are earning points. Also, every week I do a big watch party. So basically, I'm going to send out a Zoom link. You can just click the Zoom link and join us to watch the episode together at 8 o'clock on Wednesday nights. If you're in Eastern Standard Time, I think if you're in a separate time, you might not be able to watch live with us. You can still join for fun if you want. But yeah, that's basically how it works. So if you have any questions whatsoever, contact me. But that's the game. Thank you so much for playing. Thank you.